Now I want to talk about issue of it's linked to identity. Okay.
Mm.
Um, do we feel um British? Is there a conflict between us being Muslims, as being Muslim first or British first? Is there a pressure on us to really, oh, okay, we need to assimilate and put England first? Or, it's just words, isn't it? Is it just words, or is there some real pressure on Muslims to identify as British first, Muslim first, Caribbean first, African first? Or for you, is it just clear? I'm Muslim first, and the rest of it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I
And
think
it's
it's difficult. Yeah, I think it's difficult in terms of the British identity, just
mm,
because it's not been clarified to the highest standard in terms of what does it mean to be British. And this is
mm,
why for me, I kind of have a I kind of can empath can I have a level of empathy
mm,
with quote unquote the English and those that see themselves as the true British and etc. like that,
mm,
on the basis of that somehow within, and this is why we talk about the outer
mm,
impact and the inner impact. And I
mm-hmm.
feel within this bracket, the English that we see the far right marches, where I've seen guys say, "Listen, I'm here to only wave the British flag. I don't want to see, example, a Palestinian flag. I don't want to see an
Yes.
Israeli flag. I'm not really on any sides. I just want to see a British flag. I just want to make Britain British again." So I can emphasize, I can have a level of empathy with that
Mm,
because within their own community and their own leadership, they've
mm.
lost what it means to be British.
British.
So
Yes.
because of that,
You think so? Is it
there's a,
jealousy then? You think they're
it's
just
not even a
jealous?
jealousy. It's just when you lose your identity,
Mm,
you start to panic to not
mm.
lose your next generation. We're here talking about what does it mean to be Muslim in the West, and that's a
Yes.
level of panic. So we start to then panic to say, what facilities have we created to keep the identity of our young
Mm,
people? They're
mm.
not they're no different in their Englishness, saying what are the things that we need
Hold
to
on
keep the
to.
identity hold on to of the young British people. And I
But they're
think
going on.
when
But
that
thing is, they get.
happens,
But they're going on like we're taking something from them. We're taking away their
no,
pubs.
because
We're
when
taking
you're
away their
doing that,
churches.
yeah, because what happens is
They need
this:
to
when
hold
you're
on. Mm,
because this because their thing is connected to land. When I go to Uganda, for an example,
mm,
I want Uganda to be Ugandan. It doesn't mean that we don't have
mm.
expats. It doesn't mean that we don't have people who visit the country. It doesn't mean we don't have in brackets foreigners who live there and do business there and live there. But do I
Mm.
want there to ever be a doubt what it means to be Ugandan? Do I ever want there to be a doubt what it means to embrace our culture? The Ugandan
Yes.
culture is clear because there hasn't been that level of monopoly of of tourism, or I can just say like
Yes. Uh,
people come into the country and that level of interaction or
yes. So what you're
mix. It
saying? You're
hasn't
saying
been to a level.
them man have got a right to complain, but it's about how
If
they complain.
it depends, yes, because no, it's not even about how they complain. Because I think to myself, if you believe England
Mm,
to
mm,
belong to the English,
mm,
then if you it's very simple to me. If you believe that
mm,
this car belongs to me, then
mm.
I deserve to tell you how we're gonna ride out in this whip. It's just that
Yeah.
simple. Unless
What do
you
you
don't
think?
believe it belongs to me, so it depends what your belief is. If your
Yeah.
belief is that England belongs to the English and we
Yes.
were invited here, whether it was by force or by will, as we see
Yes.
now with a lot of people coming here by will, there are going to be there's going to be a level of this is why
Yes.
we talk about abiding the law of the land. There's going to be
Yes.
a level of law of the land that we're coming
Mm,
to that we're going to be
mm.
like, right, if this doesn't really mix with my values, I'm out of here. But it depends
Yeah.
how you see yourself because there's a lot of men that see themselves, this is me. I don't know
Mm,
about anything else. So if
mm,
that's your mindset, it's very difficult to ask a man like me who doesn't
mm,
see like this is me and this is it. I see myself as a guest and I
mm.
try my best to be
Okay.
polite with my neighbors. I try my
Mm,
best to be polite and to be according to the best of my ability, but without no one taking me for a fool. You know what I'm
mm.
saying? But if my
Okay.
guest says to me, this
Yeah.
is not really like example, if you come to Uganda, they will
Yeah.
tell you you can't really run this here.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
everyone
But
says, all right, cool. we know you can't run this here. So for me, I just feel like we've been here for so long that we forgot that are we visitors or are we guests? Is this my yard or it's
Oh,
like a man come to start your yard for a week. He's been there for 2, 3 years. He
mm.
forgot now it's not even his yard again. His feet is up, is everything. So the
Hey,
question is,
Jemaya.
how do you see yourself? How do you see yourself? Do you see yourself as a native to the land and this is your
Yes.
spot? Or do you see
Mm.
yourself as a visitor? And I feel like within the people that come here, there's a difference of opinion. It's not
Yes.
one blanket answer. So I can't answer for everybody, but I'm sure there's a
Yeah.
lot of people who look
Good
at it
point.
like me and think, you know what, yeah, I'm a visitor here. My parents came
Yeah.
here.
I'm
You know,
gonna
we've
step.
got
I'm gonna step proper. But does that mean you're
yeah.
gonna step properly? Like, right? I don't want to upset the Englishman, so I'm not gonna come out in my phobe. My wife's not gonna be wearing niqab because that's gonna upset the Englishman.
No,
How
but they
far
have
do
to
you
be
take
clear on their
that?
identity. My problem is, remember, I said they got an inner problem because some of the
Mm.
Englishmen are saying, no, rock your thing, wear it, I like it. And then there's
Yeah.
another group saying, so they need to come to a consensus of what they want. First, come to your consensus because when you come to that consensus, then I can make
Mm.
an educated decision whether I'm staying or bouncing. But because
Mm.
sometimes I can make a decision that I'm bouncing, and then the Englishman says, where you going? Nah,
Yeah.
this is you. Like, do
This
your
is
thing.
you.
Don't listen
You're
to
in.
that. So
Yeah.
come with, because like I said, back home in the countries that some of us come from,
Yeah.
it's a clear decision. There ain't no They know
Abdul Rahim,
what the
man.
culture looks like and
I
what you
know Abdul
want.
Rahim's an Englishman through and through, man. What are you saying?
There we go.
You feeling English right
And
now or
through,
what?
but I was born here, innit? So
Yeah.
obviously, both of my parents, I'm first generation. Both of my parents were born where they're from. So my mum's from Barbados, my dad was from Jamaica, and they were born there. Do you get me?
Mm.
So I'm first generation. Yeah. So
Mm.
even saying that, I don't feel like an Englishman.
Mm.
Yeah, that's
True.
not me.
Mm.
I'm not owning it. I was born here, but
Mm.
I'm not going to be the person that says, yeah, this is me through and through, and I'm repping
Mm.
and da da da. No, I was born here. Definitely, I was born here, without
Yeah.
a shadow of a doubt. But I'm not from here. Do you see where I'm
Mm.
coming from? So I'm not
Mm.
claiming here like to say, yeah, I'm riding out for the team. Do you get me?
Mm.
The problem with me, and I feel like a lot of the Caribbeans, is
Mm.
that we don't have a cultural attachment back home. Yeah.
Mm.
And this is
Yeah.
where it starts, So where Musa's saying there's a inner clash with the English culture where
Mm.
they don't know whether they're coming or they're going, that's the
Mm.
same inner clash that Caribbeans are having within their own selves. Yeah.
Mm.
Exactly.
We don't
Mm.
know who we
If
really
you're coming
are,
or going.
you know?
If you're
Yeah.
coming or
We don't
going.
know if we're
Yeah.
coming or going. And I'm not
Yeah.
saying that's
Yeah.
everybody. So everyone that's watching,
Yes.
I don't want you to, oh, I'm not saying that's everybody. But for
Yeah.
the vast majority of Caribbean culture, they do
Mm.
not know whether they're coming or they're going. You may know
Mm.
where you are like from, but
Mm.
you don't know your culture like that. You
Mm.
don't
Mm.
know what you grew up on. You don't know the herbs to eat. You don't know the
Mm.
motherland. You don't know it like that. Yeah, you might have
Yeah.
gone back a couple times, but you do not know it like that. Your culture is not that of the person who comes from Africa. Do you get me? And
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
is the major problem. Yeah, especially with the Caribbean. So this is
Mm.
where we're on a cliffhanger as well, where most man will say, "I'm here, brother. This is my thing." Do you get me?
Yeah.
Because they don't
Yeah.
have nothing else that rooted in to say,
Mm.
no, but that's really it.
So what
So,
is
ooh,
just
it's a
just to
bit,
cut
it's
to
a
the
bit.
chase, so to cut to the chase, there is a question then about being Muslim and respecting the people of the country. If we see ourselves as guests, I see myself as I'm a guest, long-term guest. I'm a guest with legal rights. I got my book. I'm a guest. But does that mean giving up? There's a balance then, as I said. What do they want us to give up in order for us to? They're never gonna be. They're never gonna. I just said they're never gonna be happy with us. It don't matter. That's what I believe anyway. It don't matter how much you give up as a Muslim or ethnic minority. The Englishman is not going to be happy with you. I think the majority is cool, but there's still going to be an element within the English society or the British society that's not going to be happy with ethnic minorities, no matter what you do. So it all depends. As a Muslim, being a guest, how should we move? By respecting the people of the country, but at the same time, there's got to be respect on both sides. That's a big topic. Anyway, I'm going to jump.